All right, here we are. Welcome to the Sunday night broadcast. We're going to just do a short one tonight. We have some stuff that's come up and we want to make sure that we cover it. Let me get situated here. Just give me 1 minute to straighten this out. I want to make sure that rumble's upright. It's not right now, so let me make a little quick adjustment to it and then make a little adjustment to rumble and then we will get to it here. This is going to be a short broadcast, but I wanted to make sure and come on. And I was not going to cover this. And what happened was I started seeing some stuff going on the internet, and I seen some stuff going on the internet, and I was like, "Hey, look, I need to cover this because I'm a Christian, very Christian, Bible believing, Christian, and I think it's important that let me do this. I fucked it up. Okay, here it is. I fucked that up. All right. Well, I screwed that up. So hold on. Jesus fucking web, you fucking jackass. I just fucked up last week's stream. I'll fix it later. Let me fix this one. I made a mistake, but I'll have to go back in and adjust it later. I just put it on the wrong one. Of course I did because I'm trying to do 10 things at once here. So anyway, all right. So Candace Owens comes out this weekend, and she starts talking about the French put a hit out, or there's a hit put out on her. We'll pull that up here in a minute, and we'll cover that. And then I want to cover the plane stuff. I have a couple things I want to cover. Just a couple things tonight, just so okay, fix that, and then let me go in here and fix this. Put this back the way it was because I've switched that. That's fucked up. That's not right. All right. I fixed it. All right. All right. All right. So let's get to this. Okay. So we got a couple things going on. I hope you can hear me. Let me check to make sure I got good sound because I can't hear myself right now, and it's probably because I'm not plugged in. I'm not plugged in because it's the last second. My kid had a meltdown. My 7-year old. I have young kids, and he had a meltdown 5 minutes before I was going to come on here. I was actually going to come on here about 15 minutes ago, and of course, duty calls. My first obligation is to make sure that my kids are taken care of. And so I ran that off and took care of him. So, okay, so you can hear me. That's fucking great. Here we are. All right, what's going on? Candace Owens comes out on X and other platforms. Pull it up here. She comes on and she says they have put a hit out on her and let's see here. I'm gonna pull it up right now so you can, so you can see it. We'll just go ahead and pull this up. We'll bring it up on screen. You can take a look at it. Let's see if this is the right one. This is it. All right. Let me back over here. Add this. All right. I'm just doing this raw footage from X. I have been informed that the federal government and the White House the France and Israel assassination plot and aim, willing to provide full details as well as the name of the assassin and the international accounts of France and Canada through which money was exchanged. Okay, so this is the first one. Beyond that, I have shared more information with the public regarding the Brigitte story I was investigating at the time of the Charlie assassination. This is all available on my Instagram stories. Okay, so that's one. Hold on. Let's get to the big one here. It's probably going to be here it is. Urgent. Okay, this is kind of long. Bear with me. I'm not your college student reader, but we're going to do the best we can. Urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government after determining the person's position and proxy to the French couple. I have deemed that the information gave to me to be credible enough to share publicly with the event that in the event that something happens, in short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. That, yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that is a green light was given to a small team of national grenadiers intervention group. I am told there is one Israel that is in this assassination squad, and plans were formulated. Again, the person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Further to the point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassination trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Persaud his life is also at risk. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized personal professional units to carry this out. I'm asking persons to retweet, share, I do not know who in the American government can be trusted since the information which is definitely oh, I skipped it. Sorry. Since the source claims, excuse me, let me start that sentence over. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted since this source claims our leadership is aware of, are aware, but I have more specific information which is definitely verifiable should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life. May God bless you truly. Let all be revealed. Okay, so now I have just a few minutes. I'll probably come back on after 8 o'clock and finish this, but I'm gonna give you the nuts and bolts of this right now. I do a lot of different research in my internet travels, and something came up, and it was Brandon Biggs, and Brandon Biggs is the guy, the pastor slash um, uh, he's like sees visions from God, and very spiritual, and and he's the guy. If you remember back when Trump was shot in the ear 6 months prior to Trump being shot, said that he had this vision that Trump was going to get shot and he was going to live. Now nobody took it serious. Everybody thought that this guy was just a snake oil salesman, right? Until it happened. And there's been a lot of other instances where this dude has said, "Oh man, I'm having this vision. I don't like to have to talk about this, but I have to say this because if I don't, is could be, the person that, this blah 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 could be dangerous, blah blah. Anyway, so about a week ago, 10 days, or I guess about a week, about 8 days ago, whenever it was, I ran across this video, watching this 2-hour video, and he starts it with having a vision of Candace Owens looking at a computer screen in a black room, and she's glowing from the computer screen. And Alex Jones is looking at her and looks away and says, "I have to focus on the corruption within America." And then Tucker Carlson's in this thing and this vision and all this different things. And I just was like, oh wow, that's pretty heavy to see that. And then when this came out yesterday, day before, when was it? A couple days ago, I guess it was November 21st. So today's the 23rd. So 2 days ago, Friday. So when all this came out, I was like, holy shit. So not only is this hit being said, and by the way, in this vision, talking about the things that I'm going to play the clip in a minute. Don't I'm just leaving you on a cliffhanger for a minute. The stuff that's in that she's talking about, this conspiracies are true in his vision. So I'm going to play this clip. It's a little bit long. It's about 13 minutes, and then I have a prior commitment. So I'm going to play it, cut it, and then I'm going to come back at 8 o'clock and we can get into this. So if you're here and I'm going to play this first part, I have an appointment I have to be at. I have my conference call, but I wanted to get this out as soon as I could. So I'm going to get this out. It's about 12, 13 minutes long. And then we're going to cut it. We're going to come back at 8 o'clock and we're going to get into this. And I'm going to show you the plane, the information about the Egyptian planes. There was three of them, all the stuff. We're going to get into it. We're also going to talk about the stuff from Sean Ryan's show where that Candace Owens says that the guy was lying. A lot of the things don't make sense. We're going to get into some of that, some of the stuff that I pulled from that show. And we are going to get into that as well. Let me see. Okay, I'm already up. Let's see. Boom, boom. Enjoy.
Things I'm going to say exactly what I heard the Spirit of the Lord say. And I'm going to tell you all, um, my job, what the Lord told me, He said, I've called you to say the hard things. You know, He said, the things that most people won't say. And He said, you'll say it with boldness and you'll be accurate and it'll prove to be accurate in the days ahead. But, we all can miss it. We're all just human, every single one of us. So I come on here to tell you what I feel like the Lord has told me. And all that I said last night and the day before has been very heavy on me. And so I'm going to go over what the Lord showed me last night. I'm not going to add to or take away from anything. And I'm not rehearsing it. I'm saying this because of how heavy it is. I didn't know Candace and her platform. I don't watch this lady. I don't know what I was saying. I was seeing it. Okay, I'd say it like this. I did not know what I was seeing into. That's what I want to say. I don't know what I was seeing into. I was seeing what I was seeing, and I was relaying to you what the Lord was telling me. But as I was praying this out last night, and I was telling you, I had no idea what she stood for, what she says, right? But I know what the Lord is saying to me about her and what's about to happen with her and warnings for her. And it's hard. I mean, I'm just being real with y'all. And so when the Lord speaks to me so bold, me to be bold, it's like everybody said, Brenda, why didn't you see Charlie Kirk's assassination? And now I know why. Because of the details of the things that the Lord is showing me right now. things that I will never publicly say, um, and things that I've already said. So, we're going to go over what the Lord showed me yesterday. Okay? So, I saw Candace Owens, and I saw a black hat. I saw a top hat that looked like a magician's hat, a magician's hat. And there was a rabbit off of Alice in Wonderland. And the hat, the magician's hat, became a hole in the ground. And I saw a rabbit that was from Alice in Wonderland hop up to the hat. And the Lord started to speak to me about conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories. I could see the black hole. I could see the rabbit jumping into the black hole. And he said, what was conspiracy will prove to be not conspiracy at all. What seems to be conspiracy will prove to be not conspiracy at all. Then I see Candace Owens. What seems to be a conspiracy will prove to be not conspiracy at all. It's basically what the Lord was saying. Okay, I don't like misquoting it, but I don't have my notes here. I thought they had it, but it's fine. It was just flowing. So I saw Candace Owens sitting at a computer, and I saw emails coming to her, and her eyes were being. I said they looked like doe eyes. They looked like Puss in Boots off of the Shrek movie. The cat was manipulating with try to get you to like them, and the cat was up there and it made you feel sorry for it or whatever. The eyes got really big. But this is not what the Lord showed me today when I was praying into this. He said, it's the black tunnel. It's the conspiracy. As she was looking into it, she was seeing something that was not conspiracy at all. What she was saying was not conspiracy at all. And her eyes became that black hole. That was what the rabbit was jumping through, but that's what she was seeing on emails and things that were being presented to her, and she was in the dark. And as you can see, like whenever you're in a dark room and you're looking at a bright screen and you're glowing, that's what she was doing. But she was typing and she was looking, but her eyes got bigger and bigger and bigger because more information was coming to her from the screen. And I could see her eyes become more enlightened. As she was doing this, I heard, pray for her life. For what she's dipping into will cost her. Pray for her. For what is a conspiracy will prove to be not a conspiracy at all. And her eyes got bigger. Then I saw Alex Jones come up. And Alex Jones was looking at her from a glance. And he was looking at her computer. But he didn't want to touch it. He didn't want to touch it. He was focused on the nation. And as I was shown the nation, Alex Jones turned his face from her because he didn't want to get into what she was talking about, even if he believed it. He thought in this vision, he turned his face toward the nation and what is happening with our country. And he said, I have bigger things to take care of. For our nation is going down. We must stand for America, a patriotism. So he was right here and right here. She was on the thing. So behind them was Tucker Carlson, but he was way back behind. He wasn't even in the picture. Tucker Carlson. He was aware, but he was just like, he didn't care. Just like, I'm not even going to entertain it. Tucker Carlson. And that was in the vision. As I was praying, then the Lord said, I'm going to use her if she'll yield to me. If she will yield to me, where she has been right now is nothing compared to where I want to take her. For there's much more that I have for her to do if she will yield and give herself over to me completely. Sell out to Jesus. And I saw this massive door that looked like it was on a castle. That was thick door. That was a major opportunity that will come to her. And he said, everything that she has, I have given to her. Everything that she does, I allow her to do. I've graced her to do it. But if she will yield herself to me and humble herself to me, there's much more that I have in store. For there's a door of opportunity that I will present to her that is bigger than what she's doing on YouTube or in her podcast. It was some kind of politics. It was something huge. And he said, I will amplify her voice. I will amplify what she does. And she will become more of a household name. Not just somebody that people talk about every once in a while, but on a bigger scale for something with politics. And the Lord said he was going to anoint her to do something. To be a voice piece in these end times. I thought it was interesting. You want to be on? You can come sit with me. She helps me so much. I tell her, I said, you are such a friend. When she comes on here, I feel her and she helps me. Her presence. I said, I've never knew I could love somebody as much as I love her. But I sure love you. I pulled her out as she was working on the house, and I said, I can't do this without you. Please help me. But when I saw what I saw, it bothered me greatly. That was just what I was allowed to say. As I was seeing, which is amazing, was right before that, the Lord would tell me there's a storm concerning Erica, and we should pray for her. And she hadn't even entered into the eye of the hurricane. And I thought, when I spoke that out, I thought, what in the world? What in the world is this? Why are you having me say this? And I questioned it because I thought, God, is this you? And I plead the blood. I'm slow about it. And you go back and listen to the video, it sounds choppy and it doesn't sound like the flow, because when you're delivering messages and you see these things, I'm thinking, what are you showing me more? So I see the storm, I see these things, and the Lord said, pray for her. Pray for her. She needs much prayer. Her children needs much prayer. And I thought, what is the storm? She just lost her husband, all these things. And the Lord keeps giving me more and more and more. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I'm not at all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm black and white. I don't like watching the things. I don't listen to anybody else. My son does, and he tells me, Dad, this is what's going on. And it's like I talk to when I call him my best friend. I mean, I don't know. I love him dearly. I say my spiritual mentor. Don't always explain yourself. It's just the Holy Ghost. You're a voice piece for what the Spirit of the Lord is telling you to do. And I'm not here to come in here and rehearse or do whatever, but I try to make things clear so you understand it. I don't want prophetic confusion. I don't want to be a person who brings static in the prophetic community. I want clarity, and I want being authentic and humble. I'm telling you, I can't do this without the Holy Ghost. And everything I hear and everything I see, I believe I'm getting it from him. I believe it. I believe it. I'm getting it from the Lord. Now, you may say, Brendan, I don't believe you, and I don't believe you hear the Lord. Well, that's okay. That's your opinion. But I do. And I believe this with all my heart. And I stand by what I believe. It's what the Lord says to me. I believe this. And It's heavy, the things I saw, and you don't even know half of it.